Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon, sir.
Are you all there? Hello? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. Okay,
Yes,
now.
sir.
Yes,
Good
sir.
afternoon, sir.
Everybody tired?
Yes, yes.
No,
I know it's very uh, tiring days. Tiring days are going on nowadays. Fine. But you know our limitation. We have to complete. We have to learn as per the given schedule. I know it's very difficult to attend many sessions at a time, especially sessions after extra lecture session. Always very difficult. Right? Am I right?
Very difficult.
Fine, so everyone. As you can see on the screen, the ongoing topic is process of environmental scanning. In last lecture, we talked about different features of environmental scanning. I'm just going to revise one, two, three. First four are just like SWOT analysis, and number fifth was optimum use of resources, survival and growth, to plan long-term business strategy, environmental scanning decision making. So these are the eight different features of environmental scanning. But in last lecture, we just begin with the process of environmental analysis, sorry, environmental scanning. So as you can see, there are four stages that a manager, a person who is engaged in the business, has to perform these four particular steps. If he or she performs these steps very well, it will give us some scientific results. This particular process gives us some accurate information related to environment, and accordingly the manager can make some important decisions. So very first was scanning itself. We have also discussed that a manager should have two types of, we can say, scanning skills. Number one, early signals, when whatever the change is about to come in economy, accordingly we have to predict in advance, and that is known as early signals. When we talk about environmental changes, whatever the changes are going on very gradually or very slowly, or we can say very rapidly, A businessman has to continuously look at all all these things very carefully. That's why I'm saying a smart manager always lives in future, who detects the early signals well in advance. What will be the future scenario? The future scenario should be different. It will be different as compared to today. So what necessary changes that he has to make? That is only signal. And environmental changes. Again, we have discussed in last lecture. Environmental changes. Environmental changes are always dynamic. We cannot do the same business for longer period of time, and that is known as environmental change. So this particular thing we have discussed. Fine. Second step of process of environmental scanning is monitoring. So once we scan the thing, it will give some, we can say, results. Then he or she has to monitor the environment. So what particular thing is going to do? So what particular thing a manager has to monitor, that we need to discuss here. So very first category, very first one, monitoring involves tracking the environmental trends and sequences of events or streams of activities in a form. Like environmental trends are always fluctuating. Environmental change are never stable. Every now and then something new will happen. Sometimes it is good for us, sometimes it is bad for us. So a manager has to predict the trend in which uh, direction businesses are going, in which direction your competitors are going. You have to check it continuously. And that's why that is known as environmental trend. Like sequences of events. Sequences of events also perform a vital role in businesses. I'm saying this particular example in every lecture that Corona is a big event. COVID-19, it is a totally different event that has happened and which has changed the business functioning completely different. So it is one of the event. No doubt it's a big event, but it has happened. Sometimes war-related thing happen between two countries. So it will also impact on business. Sometimes natural calamities may occur, which has caused severe damage to the citizens and infrastructure facilities. Earthquakes, tsunamis are occurring very frequently. So for a small country, you see, even small events matter a lot because it can create disturbance. Okay, second point is the purpose of monitoring is to assemble the sufficient data to discern whether certain trends and patterns are emerging. As I just said that scanning gives us some important information. So whatever the relevant information that we are gathering, we have to overlook it. We have to look this information very carefully. So that is known as monitoring. So scanning provides the information and we have to see this information very carefully. We have to match many events and many we can say data, right? When we combine important data related to business, It will give us the real picture of business of today and future both. And that's why it is known as assemble the sufficient data. Use the important data, right? Are you all getting or not, everyone? Assemble the sufficient data.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And third, that is thus monitoring progress. The data are turned frequently from imprecise to precise. Like scanning just gives us raw data. Product, it has many information. So when we have raw data coming from scanning, so monitor help us to, we can say, harness the raw data into data, or I can say imprecise to precise. Sometimes what happens, you have 10 information, but not all 10 are relevant considering our nature of business. No doubt, this information is useful for some other industry. So whatever scanning has done, it has just give us the overall picture, the raw information. But the monitoring will filter unnecessary information. And that's why the information becomes from imprecise form to precise form. So now here, when we have limited information, then and then we can make decisions. When we have multiple information, they all are very complex. So it will be very difficult to take a decision because environmental scanning is all about decision making. So monitoring help us to complete it from imprecise form to precise form. So that was the discussion of monitoring. Are you all comfortable with this monitoring? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes,
Now,
sir.
Yes, sir.
fine. So our third category is forecasting. Very first point, scanning and monitoring provides a picture of what has already taken place and what is happening. So scanning and monitoring has just given the picture that already has been take place. Means when we complete scanning and monitoring, it just gives us the real picture. The existing situation can be predicted, can be studied through scanning and monitoring. But you know very well, to do business, only existing planning is not useful. I'm saying again, that good managers always live in future. They always think of future and accordingly they make some important decisions. And that's why second point is all about strategic decision making. However, requires a future orientation. Naturally, the forecasting is an essential element in environmental analysis. Uh, a manager is just like a doctor and an astrologer. He is behaving like a doctor and an astrologer. Why? Because managers are made for problem solution. So they are just like doctors. Like doctors are getting problems every day. and they solve the problem every day. But here, manager is not limited to doctors only. Managers are also like astrologers. He has to fit in future. Uh, if I talk about Indian astrologers, they study your planetary situations, right? So there are two types of, we can say, all these things, static and dynamic planetary situations. So they see the planetary situation and they forecast what can happen in next year and so on. Same is the case with managers. Just like astrologers, they study your planetary situation and forecast. Just like that. A manager just study the planetary situation of business. Planetary situation is nothing else. Economical information that we gathered through scanning and monitoring. So scanning and monitoring has given us uh, information related to planetary situation, right? हमारा कौन सा ग्रह कहाँ पे है, right? And that is on its planetary situation. So, like a best astrologer forecast, forecast as per the, we can say, by studying carefully all these things, just like that. A manager also can forecast everything by getting all this information. That is forecasting, right? But remember very well, this is only suitable for very experienced managers, not for the freshers. For those who are CEO or MDs who have done management from last 15 years, 20 years, they can forecast the business very well. Right? And number three, for example, how long will it take the new technology to reach the marketplace? Are current lifestyle trends likely to continue? See, customer trend, that no one can catch it. Even you try to catch it, but customers are very tricky. Taste and preferences of customer may change at any point of time. Like lifestyle of people may change at any point of time. Suppose your industry is related to apparel, you are producing garment, so you cannot produce the garment, same garment for many years. No, you cannot produce the same, we can say, style and color combination of garments for long term. It's not possible because every now and then customer lifestyle is going to change very frequently. Even technologies are changing very rapidly nowadays. We have to cope up with the situation. We have to learn new technologies. Otherwise, we will be outdated. So as a manager, you have to continuously update yourself. Right? Your business must use good technology, at least reasonable technology you should use. Right? So there are many businesses which require lots of forecasting. Like I just talk about technology and lifestyle of people. See, lifestyle of people is going to change in a decade very rapidly. Every decade, the need of the demand, need of the products are going to change very rapidly. Just imagine that what you were demanding before 10 years and after 10 years is completely different. And whatever lifestyle you will have after 10 years, again it will be different. So it's a cycle, just like life cycle, that it changes very frequently. So accordingly, a manager has to uh, shape up in business, or I can say futuristic business. Right. So I hope you are getting forecasting, everyone.
Yes, sir.
Right. I know you all are very tired. Okay, and the last point, that is assessment. Scanning, monitoring, and forecasting are not ends in themselves unless their output are assessed to determine implications for the organization's current and potential strategies. Scanning and monitoring and forecasting simply provide nice to know information. Very realistically, it is mentioned here that whether you talk about scanning, monitoring, or forecasting, so whatever it has given to us, it is just like nice to know, nice to know. But finally, a manager has to assess, to check, to investigate the real information. So, which particular information is more essential for us? Which particular information gives us lots of benefits? Which particular information is going to be threat in future, where we have to stay away from this particular thing? So, assessment requires lots of practice, and it is an ongoing activity, right? Actually, monitoring, actually scanning, monitoring, all are, you can say, ongoing activity. At least you, as a manager, as a dynamic manager, you should always assess the information on a day-to-day basis. Don't be idle in business, otherwise you will be dead within few months even. So just like doctor, I'm saying again, he investigate the thing very carefully. A good doctor assess the thing very carefully, then he prescribe the medicines. Just like that, a good manager assess the things very carefully, and then he make the final decision, right? And again, my point is, we can say current and potential strategies. What current strategy we have, and what will your future strategies? Okay, our existing long-term planning is relevant. Is it competent to produce better results or not? So we have to always check it that our existing long-term plans are alive. Our existing long-term plans are really giving us better fruits. So always be proactive. Always check your long-term policies, long-term plannings and short-term plannings. Otherwise, you will be thrown away. And that is what assessment is. Continuously checking the things, and that is known as assessment. Is it done, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. I will just discuss one slide, then I will complete my syllabus. Sorry, I will complete my today's lecture. I know we have 10 minutes, but I will give you free time. Just one slide, okay? New topic. Globalization trends in Indian economy. I know you have studied all these things. But right now, what is going on? Recent trend of the drivers of globalization, international trade, lower trade barriers, and more competition. So, there is I think it is one of the last topic of this chapter, and drivers of globalization means why Indian economy is going very global, right? So these are the factors, these are the causes for uh, smooth globalization of Indian economy. So there are mainly two reasons. One is lower the trade, and more competition. So we have right now. I think international trade is very easy nowadays, right? Except China, considering this situation. Otherwise, Indian economy has opened the door for each and every country. So, except China, we have very easy international business, and that is one of the reason of lower trade barriers. Number two, financial flows, FDI, technology transfer. See, these are the things we'll discuss in upcoming chapter. And so, I think before one lecture or two lecture, I said that more and more investors, foreign investors, are investing in Indian economy. Why? Because of brighter future, and that's why FDI is increasing year by year. Indian industries are using latest technology. We are importing the latest technology, advanced technology from USA especially, and that is technology transfer. Now we have very easy licensing policy, portfolio investment. Again, those who directly invest in share market. So these are the reasons, like traditional media and internet. Look at our media, look at our entertainment channels, look at our news channels. Our electronic media is very powerful. Look at even our Bollywood. Bollywood is very popular across the world, not only India but everywhere. It is popular. And I think before COVID-19, our producers were earning too much across the world, right? Because of good communication facilities we have. So we are going globally, right? Technological advance in transportation, still it will take some time. Still our transportation facilities are not that much good, but we are improving year by year. Our electronical items are becoming more, we can say, standard. Bioengineering, we are very, very ahead. Indian people are very, very ahead in science, especially. So it is more demanding other nations. Population mobility, especially of labor, right? But we are now very flexible. We are now ready to work anywhere, any country. Our now all now people are going to work everywhere. Forget USA. Everybody wants to work with USA. But now we are quite flexible enough to work anywhere if the job profile is good and the future is good. So this is one of the reasons that is drivers of globalization. Shortly. So I'm going to stop hammering here. I was just saying to my family members that students are very busy from 9 o'clock to 2 o'clock. I can understand very well. Fine. I thank you very much, everybody, for coming in. Have a nice day to all. Enjoy your day.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Bye. Bye, everyone.
Thank you, sir.
I have taken your screenshots. Bye, everyone.
Bye, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.